Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Okay, let's see. We'll do that. Good.
Everybody's doing great today.
Absolutely, positively.
Well, Craig, it looks like 1 o'clock. Take it away, please.
Sounds like a plan. Well, welcome everybody. It is Saturday, February 18th, noon o'clock on the West Coast, 3 o'clock on the East Coast. Where Robert is, it's 1 p.m. in Mountain Time, and it is whatever time it is where you are, because you are watching right now. Welcome. We are so glad and happy to have you with us. Welcome to the AMAs with the amazing Robert Hollis. AMA being Ask Me Anything. Whatever question you have of Robert Hollis is available. I mean, you can go ahead and ask it to him. And of course, we have 3 ways that you can ask Robert your question. Before we have Robert have the opening statement, kind of I do, but that's just to give him his shot. But just so that everybody understands how we work our AMAs. If you are watching us on Facebook, which we are live right now on, thank you so much for joining us there on Facebook. You can go ahead and pose your question in the chat there by typing either Q : or question, and then go ahead and ask your question. And we here in Zoom will ask the question of Robert, because that's where Robert is. If you are on Facebook and you want to join us here in the Zoom, go to roberthollis.com/AMA. You could join us and you could ask your question of Robert here live to Robert. We already have 2 hands raised with Bill Shoemaker and John Tier, so we'll get to them shortly. But there's 2 ways in Zoom you can ask your question. You can do it the same way that I just shared with you in Facebook, where you type the question in the chat here in Zoom, and we will go ahead and ask it of Robert on your behalf. Or you can raise your hand and ask Robert personally. Very simple to do too. If you have a question, put your cursor here in the middle of the screen, wherever you see all these lovely faces. On the bottom, you will see a button there that says reactions. Click on that button, then click on raise hand. That will alert us, meaning me, and I couldn't tell if Matthew's on right now, but he and I monitor. He's not on, so it will be me. And we will go ahead and let you know that you're coming up. You will ask the question and you go ahead and chat. It's that simple. And so that's how we do our AMAs, at least to get you to ask your question of Robert. Again, any question. You have a question that you want to ask of Robert Hollis, that's how we do it. And that's what's so great about these amazing AMAs, because this is one of those rare occasions where you get the chance to talk with a multimillionaire, how he developed his millions, but more important, how he developed his life, because he wants to share how he developed his life with you so that you can better your life. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you our GPS to success. A very dear friend of mine who I've known many, many years, and I am just proud to be here to help and assist where I can, so that he gives everyone the benefits of his knowledge and his guidelines and his guidance. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one, the only Mr. Robert Hollis!
Wow, Craig. Thank you so much. I really love and appreciate you being the MC. You make me feel better. You raise my energy. You raise everybody's energy. You're just awesome. So thank you, Craig. And thank you to all of you that jumped on here, that not only are going to watch it live, but also watch it recorded. And I do now, Craig, when you were talking, you actually said that you had an opening statement. Was it just the introduction?
Yeah, well, I could also make a say that beautiful statement that you shared yesterday after your daily, your nooner, as I like to call it, which is learned helplessness is the giving up reaction, the quitting response that follows from the belief that whatever you do doesn't matter.
Bam.
Think about it. Yeah, exactly, Chris. Boom. Exactly. Because it does matter.
It
You
does.
do matter. And Robert, the way you said that yesterday, the way you put that all together in yesterday's video, and I'll post that for anybody here who has not seen that video, it is phenomenal. Please, please, please watch it.
Thank you, Craig. I love and appreciate you. And yeah, this whole week, I've been talking about, just honestly, what does it take to go from the ordinary? Some people say average, but how does a person go from ordinary to extraordinary? You know what I mean? And one of the things is a lot of people just don't believe that they need to or want to. And in reality, don't you guys find yourself we're pretty predictable as people or humans or even animals. One thing that's really amazing is you can always look at someone's yard, and if they have pets, they seem to take the same path. You know what I mean? And I see Joe giggling. And we're just creatures of habit. If you guys haven't heard that phrase, we really are creatures of habit. And if you break one little, path, so I want you to think, if you've seen pathways of people taking shortcuts, like walking back and forth to school, and it's crazy. You can have weeds that are waist high, but yet there's this dirt path where everyone's got this shortcut. You know what I mean? And you better not live on a corner lot where kids have to walk and go to school, because there's got to be a fence that pops up because they're cutting across your yard. You know what I mean? But here's something that I want you guys to know. We all know we're creatures of habit. And isn't it amazing? Like, I'll just give you guys one that I think is funny all the time. Is, when I get in the shower to take a shower, there's a systematically thing that I do. You know what I mean? And I don't know if any of you have done this, but the shower for me is where a lot of my creativity comes from. It's like some people, I don't know why, but and the reason that you can be so creative is because you created a routine, a ritual that you follow. And so you really don't have to think about showering. Even though there's probably a lot going on, from, some people actually use shampoo, you know what I mean? And you wash your hair, you do whatever. But doesn't it take one little thought, and all of a sudden, you get that paradigm shift, right? And so here's the one that popped in my head. I couldn't wait to share with you guys because it's funny. Is, I don't remember if it was a scene in Friends or whatever. Craig's such a great pop culture person. But I remember one time that someone said, do you use the same bar of soap as I do? And the guy went, yeah, I do. He goes, can I ask you, what's the last place you wash? So for some of you, I hope that makes you laugh, because for the rest of the scene, rest of the deal, both of them were fighting to see who took a shower first. But then it plays with your mind a little further. Because if that is the last place you wash, what is the first thing that you're washing the next time you take a shower? So even if you're using the same bar of soap. So I just thought that I would, throw that out there just to get you to think, wow, there's different patterns. And so since I've been talking about ordinary, the path of least resistance, compounding, and then learn helplessness, I want each and every one of you to understand that you got to watch those videos that I did this week, because they really, really will click with your mind. First of all, wow, I learned helplessness was one of the videos that I just got bombarded by messages. It's like, oh my God, do you live with me? It's like, you know, I do this stuff. And, you know, and it's funny because whether you're doing the comfort zone thing, staying ordinary, I'm just going to stay ordinary, or, you know, you got learned helplessness, or, you know, you're always looking for the path of least resistance and always thinking that you don't have what you already know you have. So the first statement that I want to start out is everything you needed, everything that you need to be happy, fulfilled, financially successful, great relationships, you already possess everything that you need. You already possess everything that you need. And one of the things I want to share with you guys today is, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, you know, when we think that everything can't change, then we find out that things still can change. And so what I'm going to show you guys really quickly is how many of you guys have heard of this chat, computerized AI, right? Did you guys hear that it took 2 months, 2 months for Chat GPT to hit 100 million users? Now, as I said that, 100, did I say 100,000? 100 million. 100 million users. Now listen to this. As I just said that, that sounds so not true or possible that maybe the AI actually is enrolling itself. No, I don't know why I said that. So the AI now looks at every computer out there as being a part of itself. So it's okay. Okay. So that might be following in the excuse pattern thing. You know what I mean? So I thought what I would do is what if you put in, oh, I changed what I was going to write. Great day to everyone. I love and appreciate you. All right. So I'm going to go in here, and what if you just put overcome learned happiness?
Helplessness.
Guys, do you guys starting to think that you could put like anything in here? You know, how do I be fulfilled? How do I be anything? And let's just click on this and see what the AI has to say. How many of you right now are starting to like freak out a little bit? Because when you go to Google, right, and you put in how to overcome, there's going to be a bunch of people that are going to hit you with ads, right? Because they want to sell you something. They want you to join something. And then other than ads, you get a bunch of people's opinions. How many of you have ever asked Google a question? You realize that, you know, you can find half of the people that are for it and the other half of people that are against it. Are you guys following me? So what they're saying is why AI is going to be so good is because it basically looks at everything that everyone said, pros and cons, and it comes up with what AI, artificial intelligence, believes that you should do. So now, how many of you, if you've learned to be helpless, which basically, isn't it funny, Craig, you read really good. You know, could you read this first paragraph for us?
Absolutely. Learned helplessness is a state of mind where an individual feels powerless to change their circumstances. Even when there are opportunities for change, it often develops after a person experiences a series of negative events that they perceive as being beyond their control. And then it lists, here are some tips on how to overcome learned helplessness.
Now, how many of you guys, I always love doing this, right? So let me let me stop sharing my screen for a second and let me go to the gallery view here. So, you know, how many of you know people that struggle with this? Did you notice where I said, you know, how many of you struggle with this? You know, there might be a few of you that would be willing to admit, yeah, I'm honest. I get in my ritual. It's easy to understand with, you know, like the shower time that I told you. But, you know, how many of you notice when you wake up the same way, and then you just get in the same ritual. You just get in the same routine. And there's nothing worse, listen closely, I'm saying the word, there's nothing worse that when you're in this routine that you've done your entire life, that you start beating the shit out of yourself. Oh my God, it's already noon and I haven't connected with anybody. Oh my God. Now, see, so what we do is we not only are stuck in this routine, but then we beat the crap out of ourselves every day that we don't change the path that we walk every frickin' day. And I tell people all the time, if you learn that it's a pattern, if I could give any one of you the gift of life, it would be just the awareness. And then the second is, can you learn to treat yourself with love and compassion? So when you do the same thing every day, can you just go, oh my God, I guess I'm just a silly human. And this is what silly humans do. They get caught in a routine. So now when we go back to this thing and look at it, you know, because I looked at a number of pages and I played around with this AI, and I went, wow, I'm going to start asking it really important questions. And when I seen what it gave me to overcome, you know, learned helplessness, and I read what it said that we should do, I seen a bunch of you reading faster than I can read, but you're going like, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. And it's like, remember I started out, before we did this, I started out saying that you guys already know. You already know everything that you need to know. You already possess everything inside you to change your life. What if you could just get rid of helplessness? Because honestly, you guys, what's the opposite of helplessness? Confidence, courage, self-esteem, bravery, risk taker. What is the opposite of helplessness? I'll tell you, everything. Everything. And aren't those the people that we admire? Right? So the first one here, challenge your negative thoughts. I'm going to give you guys quick shortcuts to this. I'm funny because I think if I read it, it probably would say what I'm saying. All right. But how you challenge negative thoughts is very simple. Is just say the thought out loud. Just say the thought out loud. Dyslexic people can't read, can't spell really well, so they're unsuccessful. Oh, woe is me, I'm dyslexic. Okay. Is that true? Is it true that dyslexic people are not successful and happy? No. Bullshit on that one. Is it true that people that were orphans don't become successful? People that grow up in foster homes don't become successful. People that don't have a family don't become successful. People that were abused don't become successful. Are you guys getting my point here? It's like people that have served time don't become successful. So see, all the excuses that you could possibly come up with. You just got to learn to ask that question back, and you could do it to Google or AI. Because I could probably put down here, have dyslexic people become successful and happy. We'll do that in a minute. All right. So I thought that you guys would have fun playing with this, because if this really truly is what they say it is, the mass amount of everything that's ever been printed or said, do you guys realize that this is tapping into data? So if you do a video with music behind it and you try to put it on YouTube and YouTube says, sorry, can't do that, you realize that they're looking at the music as zeros and ones, digital data. So that means that every lyric that was written, every book that was written, every blog post that was written, every spoken word from people speaking on camera is what this thing is accessing for answers. Every interview of anyone, that's where it's grabbing its data from. It's pretty spooky, isn't it? So it sure takes away the whole thing about, I don't know if I can be successful. So the other one is, it says take small steps. You guys have never heard this before, have you? So how do you break a habit? I would say to people that are watching this live or recorded, is I would develop something that, I call it SMART, okay? I learned this years ago, you guys. Okay, can you see that okay, Craig?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, so you want to find something, how you break a pattern, find something specific, make it measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So how many of you guys have ever heard this? If you haven't, just say I haven't. Have any one of you ever heard that you should read a couple of pages of a book every day? Yeah, see, this is some secret stuff here. Secret stuff that you guys have never. Good book, Joe. That's one of my favorites. That book messed me up. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and immediately I went, wow, I've treated network marketing my whole entire life as a self-employed person, not a business owner. So when I read that book, Joe, I started looking for people that have already been thinking about being business owners their entire life. See, you don't have to help these guys with motivation, these ladies with motivation. No. So that book, awesome book. So has anyone ever said, Robert, you know what? I need you to go to the bookstore and I need you to grab a book. And all I need you to do is read it. Just go get the book and grab it. How many of you guys think that my mentor probably said this to everybody? You guys going to hear something really crazy? I brought this book up to Mark Cassetta. Mark Cassetta had the same mentor I have. And Mark did not remember Bill telling him he should read this book. So maybe Bill just told people that might be lacking self-esteem. Because Mark sold pots and pans door to door. Maybe a little more extrovert than this introvert. Are you guys following me? And how many people know reading a book is different than understanding it, retaining it? So I'm sure there's people that read this book, and then when people ask them, okay, you read the book, so what did the book tell you to do? What instructions did the book tell you to do? Oh, it said that I was supposed to read chapter 9 every night before I go to bed. Wait a minute, I didn't read that in there. Well, that shows me how good you read, how much you comprehended, how much you listened and retained. So when I heard that, then I decided to make that my challenge. How many people are following me? And so I said, if this guy became wealthy and became famous and speaks on stages of the world and has this incredible lifestyle and gives to charity, and he told me the thing I needed to do to read the book, then I need to read the book. Now, how many of you think that when I started reading that chapter every night before I went to bed, when it said to do it for 100 days, do any of you think that it might have changed who Bobby Hollis was? Instantaneously. Instantaneously. Why? Because I believed that it would. So I had a successful guy say, you read this book and your whole life will change. And I went, I was going to read this book and my whole life is going to change. Did you guys catch that? All right. So now if we go back to chat, that's funny. In my mind, I was going, why is it so difficult for me to say chat? What is it again? I don't know.
Chat GTP or GPT.
Okay, so the word chat and GPT are over 5 letters, so that's why it's not looking right in my mind. Because I'm messing it around, right? Okay, so small steps. Take small steps. Oh my God, I just can't believe this. So here's another thing that I'm going to share with you guys really quick. Can you find something to do to prove to yourself? How about brushing your teeth every day? For those of you that don't, we got to find something else. All right. But how about brushing your teeth every day with the other hand? Some of you may or may not put on underwear and pants. Try to put your pants and your underwear on with your other leg first. Just to prove that you can. How many people are listening to me? Because the goal at first is to do something that's specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. If there's something that you could change in your ritual, it's going to change those neurological pathways in your brain. And it's going to start proving to yourself that you can change as little as it is. I love watching Joe's videos all the time when he's doing pictures and it shows him doing yoga. I can tell by the yoga positions that he does that those are not easy. But for some reason, he started yoga and he started doing the basic stuff until he got good at the basic stuff. Then he got gooder at the basic stuff. Then he got gooder at the basic stuff. And then he started throwing in the other stuff. Are you guys following me? And we all know that that's the way to do it. So the next one here is set achievable goals. So we trick our mind, ladies and gentlemen. We trick our mind by asking it to do something that sounds ridiculously simple. So, John, I want you to do 1 push-up a day. Doesn't it right away go in our mental thing and go, anybody can do 1 push-up? Really? I want 2 things. Do a push-up every day. Get a physical calendar. See, some of you people are going to miss this first step that I'm asking you to do. Go to the store immediately or go on Amazon, someplace online immediately, and buy yourself a physical calendar. Why would you buy yourself a physical calendar? I don't know, because someone that's made 58 million said you should go buy a physical calendar. Because that's what my mentor told me to do. But it was easy for me to do because 36 years ago, that's all there was physical calendars. And then he asked me, this calendar's yours. Put it someplace where you can see it every day. And I want you to make the physical X's with a pen on every square. So when you miss a day, you can just start over. Are you guys following me? Because how many people have attempted to do something so simple and then you blow it off? See, that's your human part of you, the animal part of you that wants you to pull you back into that comfort zone, to pull you back to that ordinary. Listen, I can do a push-up. All right, great. Once you get doing push-ups and now you're going to say, I'm going to do it every day, then try to do it at the same time every day. So if it's not a push-up, something else. Get out of your house, walk around your house. I don't know. But figure out something that you can not only do every day, something simple, but then put it on a certain time every day. All right. So the next place is, seek support. The thing that I've loved most about this industry, way to go, John. The one thing that I love about this industry is as soon as I realized that I was a weirdo, it was cool for me to go to a convention and find out that there was a lot of other weirdos doing this. I think Corky said the statement the best. I know Corky's on here. But Corky said, I forgot that statement that anybody can be an MDC. It's the second that you realize that MDC is in you. Because if you're truly, truly a part of the team, you should at least try to pull your weight, right? If the goal of the company is to hit $1 billion, then we need a lot of people to just do the little baby things every day. The company can hit $1 billion with 1,000,001 Ks. Did you guys catch that? Or maybe it's 10 million or 100 million 1Ks. It doesn't make a difference what it is. We just have enough people. If chat, this computer program, can get 100 million users in 2 months, that's crazy, isn't it? So there must be a lot of people talking about this AI stuff. How many of you will create a free account just because I've showed you this so much so far? All right. It's pretty crazy, right? So let's go back to it. So hanging around, being on these AMAs, you know what I mean? And just being around other people that are looking for small ways to not be ordinary anymore. All right. And then practice self-care. Take care of yourself, get enough sleep. Oh my God. It's like, remember, overcoming learned happiness is a process and it takes time. Really? Really? Honestly? Well, I'll give this 60 days. I'm going to give this damn thing 60 days and then I'm out. You know what I mean? So I got to go to, you guys are going to crack up here. I have to, every time that I share with people, see, because I can't spell that word. So now I'm going to go into here and put have. Now, I've never put this. You guys can see what I'm posting over here, right? All right, because I'm brand new. Okay, here we go. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Business, sports, entertainment, politics. Richard Branson, Whoopi Goldberg, Steve Spielberg, Winston Churchill, Muhammad Ali, Tom Cruise, just to name a few. How many people like this right now? I need make money from home. There's many ways to make money from home. Are you guys freaking out right now? 10.
Look at number 5, Robert.
Oh my God. Can you make money in direct sales?
There you go.
Yes. Are direct sales companies. Did I spell that right?
GAL.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. No. Hey, Robert, is this an illegal pyramid? Listen, moron, I just went on Chat GPT. It's the artificial intelligence, and I asked if I was in something illegal, and it said no. Dumbass.
And look what it says too, Robert, on there. It says, yeah, I mean, yes, it does come up with the companies who have been accused of operating as a pyramid scheme, which is illegal. But, and it gives the, to avoid scams and illegal schemes, it's important to do research. Exactly.
So
it gives you,
as I'm doing this, don't you guys think that this is going to be a way to really, 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 what is it? Is it possible for anyone to become successful? I didn't put, can Joe pull this off? Can Lisa pull this off? I just thought I'd lump you guys all into anyone. Yes. How many of you guys are freaking out right now? Now, there's a problem with this. Because see over here, you can upgrade to plus, the paid version, right? And that, you can get a $20 a month and it's faster. I don't know how that could be faster, but that's pretty cool, right? So Chat GPT have an affiliate program? It's even talking to it in the, like, what is that called? A third person or first person or whatever is that?
It's first person, yes.
So now all you guys have seen this video. Some of you are going to see it recording. And damn it, I can't tell you to click on my link. How many people are like having fun right now? It's like, I think that people are going to have to learn that, should I go in there and say, how do I get out of my comfort zone? How do I stop making excuses? How do I stop lying to myself? How can I build a good relationship with my children? How can I create a great relationship with my significant other? How can I become more healthier or lose weight? I think people are in trouble. You know what I mean? So I think you got to get this saying, listen, would you do me a favor and stop asking me all these stupid questions and just, oh my God. I thought you guys would enjoy that. I hope you guys enjoyed that because I'm a pretty simple dude, if you haven't noticed. And so, did you notice how much I read after the answer yes? That's all I need. I thought that YouTube was the coolest thing in the world because I teach people are like, oh my God, I don't know how. You told me once I get someone interested and they have questions that I could introduce them to you on Facebook chat. How do I do a group chat? I'm like, go to YouTube and put in, how do I create a group chat in Facebook Messenger? You just got to take everything that we're doing today. You know what I mean? And how many of you, if this is a free program, and it is, how many of you can't wait to get on it and ask it some difficult questions? Right? I never even thought about that. Let me go back to it. Because I did put everyone. So I sort of did put that question in there, right? But what if I put, can I become? And if you guys don't know what the word fulfilled means, oh, I never even thought about that. This will be everybody's
FULFILLED.
Okay. Let me see if it can even help out people like me.
There it is. It did spell it properly.
Because see, every one of you guys realize that every one of you have your own interpretation of what a certain word means, right? So here's what fulfilled is. Craig, read it for me.
In general, fulfilled means that something has been completed or achieved, and a sense of satisfaction or accomplishment has been attained.
So how many of you are fulfilled? I'm not even freaking close. I'm peaceful. I still have a lot to do. I got at least 40 summers left. I got a lot to do. You guys got that? Okay. So now could I put in, can I? course you can be happy. Oh, it's still, see now
It's still thinking, yeah.
It sees I'm using, asking a bunch of questions, and it's thinking and it's taking time. What did this say again? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that I could have like priority and it would be faster, and it'd be sort of like an Amazon Prime membership. Hey, do you guys think that this chat GPT, do you think this software is going to make money? Yes or no? Billions, trillions. Right now, it says that between Bing, how many people remember searching stuff on Bing? Wasn't for long, was it? So right now, I'm sort of stuck. And people always say, hey, I don't want to bring in people for free because free people don't do anything. Well, that's because you haven't put in enough free people. I'll leave it at that. So I'm glad that it stopped here. You know what I mean? This is a good place for us to transition and get people to ask questions. But did you guys enjoy that? It's like some of you looked at it and went, now I can do Facebook, I can do Zooms with my team. Because then I can go on and go, hey, anyone got a question? Kevin's like, hey, I just want to know if I can do this. Let's type in there. Hey, wow, Kevin, you can do this. Oh my God, I just love that. So thank you very much. Some of you, if you don't understand who Robert Hollis is, I hope this helped you a little bit, because this is exactly the way I am. I know there's two groups of people in the world. One group of people that say God's not a discerner of persons. And if somebody else can do it, I can do it. But I got to be willing to believe that I can, and I got to put some effort into it. And I need to stop measuring stuff that doesn't matter. I just got to get better every single day. I recently watched an interview with a guy, and he's a world champion in MMA right now. And it was funny. Joe Rogan asked him, why do you think that you became so successful so fast? And he said, because someone told me that the most talented people and the smartest people on the planet, the fastest people on the planet, took it for granted, and they didn't work. They didn't work hard enough to actually tap into the potential. So my dad told me that if I worked harder on myself than anybody else, and I just got better each and every day, that I could become a champion, and I wanted to become a champion. So Habib went 11-0, became a world champion, and retired as a world champion. And he says, I didn't care how strong or how fast or how talented somebody else was. I just every day was going to be better than the guy I was before. So he says there's still people that are faster than me, more talented than me, but they just won't put in the effort every day. So how many of you think that I could probably close somebody or get someone inspired, help them get rid of their helplessness, and actually shared with them, I could show them how to do this, and they probably would want to get involved in MDC faster than you talking to them. Okay? So when I seen that 36 years ago, I knew my mentor was better at getting people inspired and believing they could do it. So that's why I gave him praise and recognition and stuck the videos in front of them. See, I didn't believe in my abilities to do it, but I knew that when I got in front of him, he inspired me. So why wouldn't he inspire other people that were at the right place at the right time? Okay. So Craig, let's get some questions knocked out.
Oh my goodness. I agree with what Melody said in the chat. Amazing.
I love
Wow,
you guys,
ladies,
man.
watch that again, ladies and gentlemen. That was incredible. I mean, this is technology, and this is why, Robert, you are so incredible too, because you take what you see and you bring it into our world as our mentor, as our GPS to success. Yes, I'm quoting Melody Ryba, but absolutely, because you want to share what you feel will benefit not just yourself, but for all of us.
Right.
And all I can say is, wow.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
now we know we make excuses. We know we have learned helplessness. We know we're constantly looking for shortcuts instead of just getting good at a path. Right? So if you guys look at anyone that's successful, they just kept doing the same thing. I know someone told me today that Tiger Woods came back after his big accident and said that he was going to play. And they go, so you think that you could play? And he said, I wouldn't have gotten a tournament if I didn't think I could win. And so I guess he qualified. It was in the top 5 yesterday. So, I mean, man, how many times does this guy have to rebuild his career? But he does it because he's got the same mentality as he had before. So some people taught him how to play golf. There was just no one really probably to teach him how to have a great relationship with a woman. So sometimes we're powerful on one side and we lack on some other things. It's like, so there you go. So Craig, let's get some questions done.
Oh my God, I could keep talking about this for more. But yes, we have people who have been patiently waiting for their questions to be answered. I've got people who are here on with us here in the Zoom, as well as a couple of questions that have been shared with me from Facebook. So let's get this party started. Well, not that we already haven't been. So, all right. Well, I've got quite a few hands raised. And who always is first on here with his hand up? But the man who also wears the Hawaiian shirts, who's excited, who's always here, who helps pump everything go up and get things going. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Shoemaker, why don't you go ahead, unmute yourself, and share what you would like to share with all of us.
Thank you, Craig. You are amazing, sir.
Hey, Bill.
Appreciate that. And you too, Robert. I am so excited. I got step 1 down. I'm excited.
Good.
Every day I wake up, I'm excited. Step 2, connect. See, that's the part that I was having a problem with, and I wanted to ask you about that. So when I connect to somebody, isn't it a good idea to go by their profile and see what they're doing and kind of get to know them a little?
I'm recently, Bill, thank you. I recently had a guy ask me what I thought my first step was. This guy doesn't know anything about network marketing, you guys. I can't wait to watch this guy fly up the ranks. He's about ready to get out of military. He's about ready to get out of the military. He's never even heard of network marketing before. No sales, and 21. And it's like, what do I do? And I said, well, the very first thing that you need to do is you need to learn to provide some kind of excitement and value. And let's see how fast you can get to 5,000 friends on Facebook. Now, how many people know there's friends and then there's friends? So I guess if, the AI was working, we could go in there and put, what is really a Facebook friend? I guarantee you, Bill, it wouldn't be, they accepted your friend request and then you never introduced yourself and you never ever chatted or connected with them. So the first step for me is, you can go to my YouTube channel and just put in the word friend, you know what I mean? And you'll see a bunch of, so my first thought was, I want to get to 5,000 friends. My second thought is, what if I had 5,000 friends that I was connected to?
All right.
connected to. And then the last one would be generate 5,000 friends that are actually engaging. Then what would be the last one? Have 5,000 friends on Facebook that were all affiliates in your group in MDC. So I had a person reach out recently and they go, could you please accept my friend request? And I said, are you involved in MDC? And they go, I don't even know what MDC is. And I said, then no, you can't be a friend. They go, why? And I said, I want all my friends on Facebook to be MDC affiliates, active MDC affiliates. And he goes, what about friends and family? And I go, well, they're eventually going to have to go if they don't become MDC. They can connect with me in any way they want to, right?
Right.
And then eventually it will be all 5,000 of my friends on Facebook will be not only active MDC affiliates, but they'll be in my group. Okay. So that's what I would do. Bill, remember when I did that, that graphic called SMART? The A in SMART is achievable. So a lot of people go, I don't think that I can connect with someone good enough for them to know, like, and trust me to actually not only become an affiliate, but also purchase product.
Right.
Let me be honest, I'm just not there. Okay, but Bill, are you enough? Is it realistic, the R in SMART? Is it realistic that Bill is an okay enough person to at least be a Facebook friend with? Is there anything in your mind, or anyone that's on here? Is there any one of you that are still mentally in your mind going, yeah, I'm not even good enough to be Facebook friends with? If you are, please reach out to me. Reach out to me privately and go, man, I don't even deserve any social media friends. And let me, because I think that all of you are laughing a little bit. Why? Because I think that if I went to every one of your Facebook profiles, you already have friends that are on Facebook, right? So start there, Bill. See if you can get really good and creative of connecting with people that not only you give value with, but also people that give value to you.
Right.
I mean, I want friends to interact with me. I want friends to return a message.
Oh yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing that now. I am doing it now. I actually sent 3 videos out this morning.
Perfect.
3 videos. I'm doing it.
Perfect.
It's
So
exciting.
you guys need to hear this too, Bill, is you don't have to be valuable to connect people with valuable information. Me and our Eric Markman has talked about this forever. It's like, I don't think that you could be Eric's friend on social media without him sharing with you his love for God. I think it would be impossible. So why does Eric feel so comfortable connecting with a total stranger, not only on social media, but live? Eric can see someone on the street and they just don't seem happy. And he'll immediately trust outside powers to get him to notice that person and go over and talk to him and give him a hug and ask if he could pray for him. Why can Eric do that so systematically, but he can't build a group in MDC? Because the same person, the same power that wants Eric to touch other people's life with his love of God also wants Eric to help other people financially become free. But he's not comfortable with that yet. Why? He doesn't do it enough consistently. Did you guys catch that? That's all it is. So, Bill, I hope that helped you.
Of course it did. Look what I found today.
Let me.
It says, my financial success does not require hard work. Abraham Hicks.
I'm telling you, man, I got that card.
Well, no, what I want you to know, Robert, is I'm having fun now.
Yeah.
I wasn't having fun before. Now I'm having fun doing what I'm doing.
You're going to start attracting great people, Bill, when this is not a pain in the ass.
Right. So what I would like for you to do, I know you've done over the shoulder one time before that I've seen, just like a half an hour or an hour of you doing over the shoulder without much commentary in between, just you doing your focus thing on connecting with people. That would be
Me flipping cards?
Huh?
Do you guys want to see more videos of me flipping cards?
Right.
All right.
You're the best there is.
I'll tell you guys how fast. Listen to how fast you can turn a trigger in your guys' minds. You guys will, if you guys catch this, you'll get it. We're such a hindrance to our own success and happiness. We're just overthinkers, right? So someone reached out to me and said, Robert, someone created a fake account on Facebook. It's Robert Hollis Groups. And they copied your profile exactly. And they reached out to me and asked me to be friends. And they asked me for money, and I almost sent it to them. And it upset me so much because I've already reported this account, that I first went to where I blocked the account and unblocked it. Then I went to that account and I sent a verbal message to every friend that account has created. And it was fast, quick, and I was blown away. I think it was like 40 some friends that account had. I think it was 13 people that were friends that were mutual friends of us. And I don't know how many of you got a message from me. Look at the hands gone up. And I mean, so all of a sudden I just turned this trigger and I got on there and I said, hey, Bill, this is Robert. This is a fake account. And I really appreciate if you report it and also block them. That's a fake account. Bam, 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 bam. And each message was probably less than 10 seconds. And I piqued the interest or got people to do something. And I went through 40 names easily in 5-10 minutes. Bam, 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 bam. Why? Because I made the decision. Secondly, I took action. 3, I didn't think about it. 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 You guys see what I'm saying? And I just went out there and just went bananas. And when I got done with that, I went, wow, I wish I would have videotaped that. Because how many messages can I send to people that are not my friends? You know what I mean? And I wanted it to be written and verbal. I had this thought in my mind that if Facebook won't take the time to shut down an account that's taking advantage of people by them pretending to be me, I needed Facebook to see how many times I put fake Facebook account and they heard it in my voice. Wham, 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 wham. It's like, I dare you to fricking cut my account off while I'm squealing on you. You know what I mean? Stop this. It's been a couple of months. So there you go, Bill.
Thank you, Robert. Love and appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you too. Great.
Thank you so much, Bill. And we got several people with questions. So I want to get through those and appreciate you. So I'm going to go to Mary Valchik. She sent a question here. Got John Tier and Joe Barra with their hands up. You guys are coming up, so thank you very much for your patience. She says, how do you help your team and help your new people get paid without going into management mode. In other words, how do you keep the balance and stay in, she says, phase one?
Right. Well, Mary, that is really, really simple, because when you share with people a napkin presentation, I always ask them, if there's a brand new guy, you're going to hear his name is Bryce. And I said, Bryce, what's your magic number? And he goes, what's the magic number? I said, what's a number that if you made that amount of money, that you would consider it a good first step? And he says, is $1,000 too much? And I said, no, that's the perfect number. So that's 10,000 worth of value. 10,000 people, that's 111 people. I go, if it takes you 10 seconds, 15 seconds to pique interest by connecting with them, and then a minute to ask them to do you a huge favor. I said, how many people could we do that to a day? And he said, here's when you know, Mary, you got them right. Is they go, Mary, you made this so simple for me. I don't need your help contacting these people. Because that's a person that you are able to paint the picture in their mind, like I do with the $5,000 video. And then it all comes into whether they want to get out of their comfort zone, whether they're using excuses, whether they're doing learn helplessness. That's why I covered all that. So you make that offer to help them contact the people. And if they won't do it, then they're just the wrong people at the wrong time. So if you ask a bunch of people to help you, allow you to help them do it, and they won't accept that, then you definitely need to be in phase one. It's almost impossible to follow into management mode, because what we try to do, I still try to do this. Why am I doing an AMA? Because I still believe that I may say something for people to go pop. Now, I don't know how many times I have to say the same things over and over and over again, but I know my mentors did that for me. I'll never forget how many times I listened to my mentor's message, and then all of a sudden Jim Rohn said something like, you can make money selling things. So one, I learned to be a potato farmer. Two, I learned to sell stuff. And he says, you can make money in sales. And he says, but you only can make a fortune by building a group. And I went, I need to focus on building a group instead of selling stuff. See, I know there's still some people that watch my videos all the time, and that still hasn't popped for them. They still look at everyone in their organization, and no one in their organization is better than them. That's when you know you got a problem. Because you don't believe in the system, and you don't believe in the certain way enough to understand that you could find people that already make six figures, mid six figures, and you plug them in to people that are making $1 million a month. People that make $500,000 a year want to make $1 million a month. So we go, well, I just don't have the confidence or belief to reach out to someone like that. Well, that means that you're not showing them the napkin presentation, Mary, and then saying, listen, let me explain to you the kind of person we're looking for. And you guys have heard me say that, who's someone that's a great storyteller, who's a person that's always wearing nice clothes, has nice vehicles. They're already a winner. They're already worked on their personal development. They're optimists. Why can't we show someone how to properly connect with the best person they know? That will rock their business. No, what people would rather do is talk to a bunch of people that they think they're smarter than. Because when they tell us no, then we can say, well, they're stupid anyway. You don't want to reach out to someone that's really successful, because If they say no, then, oh my God, they're smarter than me. I think they're smarter than me. Now I think I'm stupid. I never thought about this, Mary. Every time one of you gets an opinion that hurts your feelings, you should go to ChatGPT and ask that same question to an AI. I think that if some of you wrote into ChatGPT, am I stupid? I wonder what it would say. Isn't that interesting? What if you guys wrote in there, should I listen to opinions of people that I don't know how much they're worth? See, some of you already have an AI that you don't know that you can tap into. It's called infinite wisdom. It's what Albert Einstein and Mark Twain used and Benjamin Franklin used. So you just got to say it out of your mouth. Should I allow someone's opinion to affect me? No. Oh, okay. Then why did I do that again? So did that help you, Mary? Yeah. If you guys watch the leaderboard, if you always just go on the leaderboard, put in, look through them, and you're going to see Hollis organization. And there every flipping month, I'm in phase 1. I either got to get the people that I already have. I got to get the 30,000 people that I already have in my group. Think about this. It almost makes you feel sad of how people think. I only need 30,000 of my active affiliates to bring in 3 active affiliates. How freaking sad is that statement? So I know they won't. So I got to go get them myself. But I know there's some people out there that are going to buy this and they're going to go, I need to go to 25K. Figure out exactly, if you guys haven't heard me say this, if you said if I was making 10 grand a month right now, that always seems to be a pretty cool number where people can make decisions. You just need to hit 100K and maintain 100K. So if you take 100K and you divide it, like I always tell you to do, 100K, let's divide that by 90. That's 11111. Some of you probably knew that already. So that's 1,111 people that I have to have active in my group that are doing 90 points a month. Do you guys actually think that sounds like too much? Isn't that weird when you do that? And you go, okay, 1,111, and I'm going to divide that by 12. That's 92 people a month. That sounds a little difficult. That'd be like, I'd like to build a new home, a new custom home. I could do that by myself, or I could get some help. Why do we immediately, it's like, I could build a home. Wait a minute, there's a lot of stuff I don't know. So maybe I'm going to have to get a plumber. I'm going to have to get an electrician. I'm going to have to get a framer. I'm going to have to get a person that can build a foundation. Yeah, I gotta get a painter. Wait a minute, they cost money. Well, I wonder how much it would cost to build a home. 300,000. Okay, great. I need 300,000. How can I get 300,000? That help you guys? Is like, wow, I could either learn. See, this is where people mess up again, don't they? It's like, well, what I'll do is I'm going to go on YouTube and I'm going to learn how to be an electrician. So I'm going to learn how to do funnels. I'm going to learn how to do traffic. I'm going to learn how to do Facebook advertising. I'm going to learn how to do a copywriter and do my own emails. I'm going to build my own website. No, you don't have to learn how to do that stuff. Learn how to connect with people enough where they know, like, and trust you, so you can ask them to do you a huge favor. Bill, that goes back to the first question. So yeah, so that's what you need to focus on. Did that help, Mary? Good, good, good.
Thank you so much, Mary. Appreciate the question. John Tier, you have been patiently waiting, I know, and thank you so much for doing so. Joe, you're coming up in a little bit, so please, please hang on. I appreciate that very much. But let's go to John Tier, who wants to ask a question. So, John, open up and please share.
Hey, can you hear me all right?
Perfect.
All right. Hey, Robert, how you doing, man?
Blessed and highly favored and deeply loved. Thanks for asking.
Craig? All right. Oh, man, there've been so many thoughts going through my head since I've come back from Dallas, man.
I can imagine.
It's just, oh, man, just trying to balance all these things, in my head. It's just been something different, man. Guys, I'm gonna just tell you this, man. And it's my opinion, but Robert is the best leader, throughout network marketing, in my opinion. And and I've had a chance to kind of rub shoulders with some guys over the weekend and just kind of listen to some conversations. And I even text Robert, over the weekend. Just his thinking is so different than the majority of people that you see come across stage. It's really, really, really different. And I've been kind of like, in my head about all of that. And I come to the conclusion is that Robert generally cares about people. And there are a lot of people who will rail against the free, but they're not understanding, that Robert looks at people as being a conduit to someone else, to someone else, to someone else. Well, I think a lot of people in the industry as a whole look at people as being dollar signs, even though they don't say that. But you can tell in the conversations that they say or in the training that they give that a lot of them are looking at people as dollar signs and not as people that can lead you to someone. And so I think that people don't understand this compensation plan because it really rewards people who help other people.
Yes.
It's really designed to do that. Because if you look at this compensation plan, especially the jumpstart and the check matching, many people don't know that it goes through infinity. So a lot of people don't know that about the compensation plan, that it rewards people for helping other people. And I think that that's why a lot of people's businesses do like this, is because they're not looking at how can I help somebody else get in the position that I'm in. I think a lot of people are looking at it like, okay, you need to go out and do this so you can become this. But basically what they're really saying is, I need you to do this so I can become that.
Yes.
And that's the subtle message that some of them may not realize that they're communicating, but that's really what they're doing. And in this industry as a whole, that's really been the biggest problem, is that people say, I mean, they quote Zig Ziglar all the time, if you help enough people get what they want, yeah, but that's not how you really feel. That's not what you're really demonstrating. What you're really demonstrating is, I need you to buy something from me so I can make money.
Right.
And so it just it's just a realization to understand, who we have. And I can't take you to master affiliate by myself, but I'm a darn sure try. Because that's kind of what I came away with, is that understanding, looking at all that. I was just like, man, I'm glad we have things like Akashics, because There's certain people who want to do things just for themselves, and Akashic is a great way to do that.
Oh my God, perfectly.
You know, it's a great way to do that. And so, because there's some people who they would never really build an organization. They want to
Right.
focus on just them. And Josh was wise enough to set that up to have people who you know think like that. And so, and that's like awesome. And I've heard some of the leaders over the weekend rail against, you know, the free, but I was like, man, but you're not really understanding, you know, Amazon, you know, Google, YouTube. These are some very, very successful, you know, companies that start with a free model.
Right.
They understand that it's always on the back end. If they give enough value, that people are going to, you know, make decisions to want to spend money.
Including
So
including Chat GPT.
right. Same model. You know, I mean, you have to kind of look at the bigger picture. If that model didn't work, these companies wouldn't be using it.
No, I think the funniest thing all the time, and believe it or not, you guys, I just went back and looked at Chat GPT and it's still thinking. It's still thinking on that. What a great way to upgrade people. You know what I mean? Wait a minute. You started to answer my damn question and you stopped? Is learning this information for me worth $20? Yeah. It's worth $14.99 too. That's why, you know, Amazon makes $4 billion a month. Thank you, John, for sharing that. I had different mentors and teachers, and it's yeah. One of the things that I tell people all the time is if you really listen closely to Josh Wagle promotes the free model. So when you stand in front of a group of people or even your people and you say that the visionary person that you're following that's creating this thing, don't listen to him. I got a better way. See, I personally know Josh Wagle's net worth because the same accountants, the same tax people, the same financial people work for me and Terry. And that guy's net worth is more than every top distributor in this company.
See?
And you guys need to understand that I have a healthy ego. And Josh Wagle's net worth 50 times. He's 31 years old and his net worth is 50 times more than mine. So if he starts Akashic and he decides to do a free model to launch Akashics, I'm just going to listen to him. If Josh didn't think the free model would work, I wouldn't get telegrams every day from what is it? I get telegram messages every day from MDC Optimus, and it tells me how many free members enrolled. Like why would he even create a free model and also put for me to know how many free people got in? So I had 121 free members come in yesterday and 29 paid and 85 prospects. So that means that there's people that actually just checked it out. I mean, how stupid is that?
Yeah.
That we're actually getting people to check it out before they become customers or affiliates and before they buy something. You know, I don't know. I just know that I did 15,000 of volume yesterday. Did you guys catch that? So more free members equals to more prospects equals to more free affiliates that equal to more volume. Do you guys honestly believe that if I looked at that number and it said you had 400 free enrollments yesterday, how many of you honestly believe that the rest of the numbers would correlate with more prospects, more affiliates, more volume? It's like, come on. So someone just to disagree with that. I'd rather have a bunch of free members figuring this thing out and them really, really waiting for me to prove to them that I'm not interested in helping them until they give me money. I'd rather have millions of those people going, this damn guy is going to give his heart and soul to us and never ask for a damn dime. I think that's worth money.
You know, Robert, how you know Josh really has a lot of money is if you listen to that situation where he was in, where he went to the airport and his passport was expired. Now, if you know anything about taking flights at last minute, they are not cheap. And it was never an issue about money or anything. He said, oh, I went back here, then I flew over here to LA, and then I flew out to Budapest. I met with these people and I flew out to Budapest. And it was just like, there was just nothing.
Nothing.
You know, it was just, you know, and I said, man, do you know how much that would cost?
Oh my God.
To get a plane ticket on the same day to go to Budapest? It's above my pay grade. I can tell you
yeah.
that.
Yeah. You know, some people are still trying to figure out, how to make 5 figures.
Right.
Not spend 5 figures on an airplane ticket. And I don't know if he told the story from the stage, but he actually found someone that knew a senator in California.
Yeah.
Okay. So that book that Rich Dad Poor Dad, you know, it talks about you either work for someone that's got a network or you're building a network. It's like, it's neat to have those kind of people that are not only available to take your call, but have the money and the resources to help you.
Yes.
I'll leave you with this, John. I used to say all the time that all I wanted to do is build a group of people that I knew loved and cared for others. And when we hung around each other, that everyone fought to pay for the meal.
Yeah.
That you hung around a group of people that were all fighting because they wasn't paying for the meal or paying for whatever we're doing because they could. They did it because it was their way of giving back. It's the opposite side of ego. And I know that you guys will probably flip when I say this, but you know, I just talked to a big leader the other day. He said, which one of the trophies behind you are you the proudest of? I said, that's easy. It's this one. And he goes, what's that? And I said, this was me and Terry supporting the Zweigel Foundation. And so I got Josh holding this trophy and sending it to me for helping him change the world. It's like when you start getting trophies from people because of your contribution, you might be, you know, now I know the other ones are because I hit rock star status, but the one next to it's pretty cool too. And this one's pretty cool. When your children and your wife go out of their way to get you a trophy.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And honor outstanding achievements as a husband, father, grandfather, and mentor. I don't know how many of you guys have had your family get together and buy you a trophy, but maybe you can start working on some stuff. Yeah. Maybe it's not too late.
That's awesome, man.
Some people just went, holy cow, he took that to another level fast. What would I have to do? What would I have to do to want my group to give me a trophy outside of the company trophy? That your whole group just sat around and went, man, that guy really going an extra mile. So thanks, John.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to get you guys to super, get you guys to master. We all deserve to be there, and we all know what we're gonna do with the money. That's gonna come to you too.
Yeah.
Okay,
thank you
John.
so
Love you, man.
much.
Love you, brother.
Thank you for your kind words.
Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Joe, I'm going to go one more, and then you're next after this question that came in from the chats. This is from Jane Hildebrand Walker. For people on your friends list that you haven't interacted with, how do you approach them, and when do you ask them for a favor? Do you chat for a few days or get right to the question?
Right to the question. Right to the question. So step one, how do you reach out to someone that's a social media friend or follower? Is how about start out by thanking them? All right. So step one would be reaching out to them and saying, hey, I just noticed that you're a friend of mine on Facebook, a follower of mine on Facebook, that you sent me a friend request. Whatever words you want to use. Thank you very much. I appreciate you doing that. And one of my goals for this year is to make sure that I personally connect with everyone that's following me, or anyone that sent me a friend request, or anyone that is currently my friend. And then once you say that, you could say, I hope that everything's going great for you and your family. I hope this is the best year you have ever. And I just wanted to learn to connect with you to see how we could help each other. That's it. So now the next step is called a reply. So in a conversation, if you nodded at somebody, do you guys notice how conversations really work? You should probably think about it. So the point is that I look around and I see Joe's eyes. It's like one of these or one of these or one of these. You know what I mean? How many people notice when you get like a nod back or a thumbs up or a wave or a nod of the head? That might mean that you could actually take the next step. What if I catch eye contact with Joe and I go like this and Joe goes like this? That might be another sign. Or if I looked at Joe and smiled and went like this, and he went like this. Conversations is two people, right? If you sense that they give you the wrong signal, including no signal, being ignored, ghosted, whatever, then just move on. Don't take it personal, just move on. So now the people that replied to you, oh, thank you very much. My family's doing awesome. Thanks for asking. How are you and your family? Not all conversations are going to go back and forth the right way. I told you guys that I have people that reach out to me and say hello. And I say, hello, how long have you been in my daily choice? And there's two things that they reply. Straight out lie. Oh, I've been in the company forever. And then they respond, where are you from? You know what I mean? I'm going, it's on my profile. You know what I mean? So it is fun to be able to go back and forth with people, but I don't spend long. So the people that do reply in a right way, do you guys notice? Think about what you would say if I seen Joe, I looked at him and smiled and went like this, and he smiled and went like this. Maybe the next move for me is to now ignore him. Because you guys are saying, well, how long would it take before you went over and said hi to Joe? Now. I look at the people that I'm with, if I'm with somebody, and I'd say, excuse me, I'm going to go talk to that guy. When I start walking toward him, I think I'm going to tell whether or not that he's like, hey, this is going to be a great conversation or not, right? And when I get to Joe, it might be like I might stick my hand out. I might say, hi, I'm Robert. Hi, what's your name? You guys are getting this? I know that when you think about connecting with a total stranger, that when you're in MDC, you lose your mind and you no longer have any recollection of common sense. But like John nicely said, how about just treating people the way that you wish people would treat you? Just what if? So when I go over to Joe, maybe before I put my hand out, before I say I'm Robert, or maybe I ask for his name, what if I could actually take a look at Joe's profile and actually just give him a sincere compliment? I know I've been cussing a little bit today. I apologize. But I do want Joe to immediately get that I give a shit. Okay? So what if my response back to Joe was, wow, Joe, I just looked at your profile and I noticed that you're in yoga. And I've always wanted to learn yoga. And I see some of the poses that you do. Oh my God, that's impressive, man. That's really impressive. How well do you think the rest of the conversation is going to go, honestly? So how many of you guys start conversations with a sincere compliment? Don't make it up. Don't make it up. Sincere. So after Joe said to me, hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I love to connect with people as well. How's your family? Joe, everything's great with my family. I was looking at your profile. I see you're in yoga. Man, that's impressive. And the reason I want to connect with other people that are friends or followers or whatever the word is as I was wondering if you could do me a huge personal favor. Right now, this does not work good without connecting. This does not work good without the sincere compliment. It doesn't work. You know, hey, Kevin, you got to do me a favor. See, people don't even ask anymore. Hey, Kevin, you know, this is what you got to do. You got to get in the business with me. Robert, I don't have to do jack. Well, at least support me and buy some stuff for me. No. Oh, are you one of those stupid people that can't see an opportunity? Oh my God, you guys know people do this. It is like ridiculous. So the answer to the question, we can move on and get to Joe's, is then I would say, listen, I was hoping you could do me a huge favor. I'd really appreciate it. I know that some of you, when you hear me say the words, feel like you don't need to say them. And then you're mad at me because it doesn't work. Very interesting. Very interesting. So Joe, thanks for connecting. I really appreciate it. I was hoping you could do me a huge favor. I'm helping a company expand right now, and I'd like to share a short video with you of my business partner. And then once you watch this short video, you can create a free account just like you would with Amazon or Facebook or TikTok. And once you create that free account, I'd like to show you a few videos so that you would feel comfortable referring me to people. And what's really unique about this company is you can check out and create a free account, and then you'll have an affiliate link that if you decide to share anyone with me, I can use that link to make sure that you're compensated if you want to. And I know everyone's just listening right now. He's changed it. Yeah, it's called evolution. I'm like, people have WWIFM on their forehead, and I want to give Joe an incentive to watch the video and create a free account. So when you create a free account, Joe, you're going to get a link, affiliate link that's coded directly to you. So when you feel comfortable referring me to people, if they decide to get involved with the company, then you'll be compensated. That's a reason to watch the damn video. That's a reason to create a free account. So yes, I'm going to consistently evolve. So I hope that answered her question.
Fantastic. And before we get to Joe, I'm sorry, I keep putting you off. This is going to be brief, Joe. For those of you who want to follow Robert, who are new to Facebook or to Zoom, don't forget you can always follow Robert by going to roberthollis.com/free, and you will get a free copy. I didn't bring it out this time, of his amazing book. It's out of focus. How is that working? There it is. And it's free to download. So please go ahead and join us there. I put the links in both Facebook and in Zoom. Follow Robert. You'll get you'll get that great piece of information, but also all of the links that Robert's associated with his YouTube channel, roberthollis.com/YouTube, and so much more.
I thank you, Craig. I thought I'd throw this out there really quickly because John brought this up and said those kind words. What we should do, Craig, is there's a thing called test marketing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's called split testing. And when the reason that Matt's not on here is because him and Hannah are on their way here for my birthday. My birthday's on the 21st. So they're coming all the way from California and celebrate my birthday with me. And so that's why he's not on here. But once Matt gets here, we can do a split test because we can count the number of hits. And what we can do is move forward. And Craig, when you're saying stuff about me, you could say, hey, listen, if you would like, you could go to roberthollis.com/pay him and pay money to get this book. You know, and how many of you think that if Craig started saying, go to roberthollis.com/pay him money, and pay for a copy of his book. How many people think that, you know, people couldn't wait to get to roberthollis.com/pay Robert instead of /free? How many people really think that the pay me link would work better? Jesus. See, some of you think you don't got common sense, but I see you all shaking your head. And I loved what John said. Some people are not saying pay me, but their body language, their tonality, the words in their sentences are saying pay me. And then what do? They try to throw it back on you. Everyone knows that people that do things for free don't do jack. Everybody knows that people that pay money are the people that do something. And as soon as they say that, we all go, oh my God, I paid for so much stuff and haven't done anything. Just because you pay money doesn't mean you're going to go into action. It's like, wow, are you really treating me like an idiot? Really? So if you pay for stuff, then you pay attention and you get results. No, I've actually paid for stuff and not did anything. I've actually bought books and didn't read them. I'm guilty. I bought in courses and didn't go through them, didn't even take them out of the plastic wrap. I'm human. How many people like being human? You know what I mean? It's just, I paid for webinars and not showed up. Hey, you know, people are messed up, and then I'll leave this. It's like, hey, did you guys know Craig figured out how to win the $2 billion lottery? And he's going to do a webinar on it tomorrow. It's $79. And I'm going to put the link out. And you know what people put every time you say when Craig tomorrow at Sunday at noon, no, 1 o'clock, right after my live. I can't put them at the same time, right? So 1 o'clock Pacific time, 4 o'clock Eastern time, Craig for $79 is going to teach you how to win $1 billion lottery. And you know what's right underneath there as soon as I made that announcement? Is it going to be recorded? He's going to show you how to win $2 billion, and you can't change your schedule. Here's words. Here's words. You don't even know if you have something at that time tomorrow. Is it recorded? You know, is it recorded? You know, can I get a discount on that? It's like, I'm sorry, I lost my head for a second. But everybody said, Craig, didn't they? They said I should be the personal development comedian. You know, I could get my own stand-up comedian. Just that. It's like people like, oh my God. It's like, I love people. I love people. So let's get Joe taken care of.
Yeah, Joe, thank you so much for your patience. I so appreciate you for sticking with us. Let's go ahead, unmute, please, and share. Again, thank you so much, Joe. Appreciate you.
Hey, no problem. I knew I'd get on here eventually. Yeah.
We saved the best for
man.
last, Joe.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Perfect. You know, I really missed you in Dallas. I was hoping you're going to be there, and I didn't see you, but you know, I got to rub shoulders with some of the others, and that was awesome. That was awesome. But I'm gonna look for you in Nashville now.
Yes. I can't even tell you guys. I can't even tell you guys the last time I've missed the event. I could not go back and recall in my memory when I've missed a company event.
Wow, that's impressive. That's
so
impressive.
It's not just memory for 5 years ago. I'm talking previous companies. I love meeting people. So I'm sorry.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, what I was going to ask you, you may have already answered, but let me put this out there anyway. All right, so you got a brand new person that's never done anything like this before,
right?
All right, they're excited. They want to build, and they need to reach out to people. What is the best way, the best thing for them to say, reaching out for the first time to somebody?
If they've never done this before, we really need to get people to understand. This used to always, Joe, be also in like even presentations, you know? So when you do a presentation and you say to people, a lot of people, have you ever referred a restaurant? Have you ever referred a movie? Have you ever referred anything to anybody? And the answer is usually yes. And if people can just think that that's this easy, you know, so what I'm going to ask you to do is the number one thing I say to people, Joe, if you're doing this business right, there's a new guy that's coming in this company. And I think I probably brought this up in videos. His first name is John. All I can tell you is that I think he's made a little over, you know, 30 or $40 million in this industry. He's really a big guy. And I seen a video that he did just recently, and he says, you know what? He says, you can't sell your way or recruit your way to the top position. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And so there's people out there that believe that you can sell and recruit yourself to the top position. You cannot. There becomes a point in this industry, Joe, where you got to learn to love people and make sure that you help people get results.
Yes.
Instead of just telling them to do something, right?
Yes.
So the very first thing that I always say to people, Joe, if you're doing this business correctly, is I go, Joe, if you don't mind, why don't we just jump on a Zoom really quick? And let's jump on to the first time that I connected with you. And let's just analyze what I did with you.
Right.
Because you seen it, you got interested in it, and you created a free account. So we want to duplicate that.
Yes.
And so this is where things get difficult if people are not doing this business correctly. Because if they say, well, Joe, the first thing you did is you reached out to me and asked me if I was currently using CBD. See, now that's got to duplicate. And it's, if you're a non-sales type, that's not going to duplicate.
Right.
You see? So the first thing that you want to do is just go back to them and say, listen, let's look how I approached you. Do you remember when I did this? Yes, I did. Do you feel comfortable doing that? Yes, I do. Okay. Then the thing that I ask you is a huge personal favor I'd really appreciate. And then I sent you a short video. And I gave edification and praise and recognition to my business partner.
Yeah.
Do you think that you could do that? Yes, I could. Do you think that you could post your affiliate link to allow them to create a free account? Yes, I could. Do you think that once they did that, you could introduce them to me in a group Facebook chat? Yes, I could do that. And through that Facebook group of chat, if we decided to jump on a Zoom, then we all could coordinate the time that we could jump on the Zoom and we could do that. So that's what you got to do. And Joe, I think that, you know, what I know that you're amazing at yoga, but do you ever have you ever taught anyone to do any yoga?
No, I haven't.
Do you think that you could teach someone to do yoga?
Yeah, basics. Yeah.
Isn't it funny? Say that again. What could you show them?
Basics.
Interesting. See, I don't move forward with people unless they'll do the basics. So people always say, well, if you let someone in for free, how do you get them to upgrade? Well, it should be WIIFM. What's in it for me?
Yeah.
So if I then got you to feel comfortable, Joe, introducing to me to someone like Jamie, and then Jamie gets in the company and she says, well, listen, I've always wanted to try this product, and she bought product. How easy is it for me then, Joe, to go back to you and say, Joe, listen, I don't know if you noticed that Jamie just bought some product. You know what? I got an email. I noticed she did. Well, do you know that you have till midnight Pacific time to actually place an order? So instead of getting paid 25%, you could get paid 30, 35% or 50.
Yeah.
And don't forget that the product has a 60-day money-back guarantee. So you could either go back there and look at some of the products that you think that you'd be most interested in trying, or I could give you a suggestion. So did any of that click with you, Joe?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And always let them know that, see, the normal thing for people is that they're going, oh my God, I don't know anything. Oh my God, what if they ask me questions? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. If you don't let them know that they can connect the person with you in group Facebook chat instantaneously. And there's a guy that I haven't really talked much about because I'm still watching him grow. His name's Abe. I'll throw it out there. But Abe was 2 or 3 levels deep on me. And I'm still working with him. And do you know that this is how he does group chats with me? Hey, Robert, John just signed up. That's all he says in the group chat. And that guy, since he's been in the company, probably less than 30 days. Oh my God, he's introduced me to at least 50 people.
Wow, nice.
One guy in the UK that already became a 1K. Another guy in Australia. And another guy named Anthony that just sent me a screenshot of him getting a ticket to Nashville. And I guarantee you, if you guys reached out to Abe right now and asked him any questions about MDC, he doesn't know anything. I just told him, reach out, connect with people, give me praise and recognition, say I'm a business partner, show the video, and then ask them to create a free account. So you guys are going, well, what would you say, Robert? I would say this. So I get on there. Hey, Abe, thank you very much for connecting me to Joe. Joe, I don't know if Abe shared this with you. My wife and I will be involved in MDC now 5 years in March. We just made over 4.3 million. But more exciting, we have people in our group that are making a full-time income and done that within their first year in the company.
Yeah.
So I'm here to show you word for word, step by step on how to do this. If you have any questions, let me know. And here's a link. Some of you are going to ask me for it, so I'll just post it. And here's a link to videos that I put in a playlist of the most important things that you need to know to be successful.
Perfect.
Now, Jimmy went 1K, and I had him on a deal, a video, and I said, Jimmy, how do you become 1K? And he says, well, everyone that became a free affiliate, I said, this is my business partner, and here's his playlist of things that you need to learn to be successful. And so they just went out and watched the list and did what they what's on the list. And they not only became executives, but they also put people in their group, and they already got a check. And I'm going like, yeah, it's business is pretty difficult.
As simple as that.
It really is. So if you guys see the way I put those playlists together over doing a video almost every day for a year, is some of it's just mindset. But some of it is like, what do I say? How do I make money? How do I make $5 grand? What do I do next? You know, when I was doing those videos a day, you guys, I was mentally in my mind thinking, what do people ask? And out of all the people that he introduced me, I had 2 people that said, do I have to watch all these videos? And my response is no. You have free choice. You can stay exactly where you are. It's like, what are you talking about? When I met someone that was making 60 grand a month and he said, watch this video, my questions weren't, how long is it? Do I have to get a VHS player? You guys, don't get mad because people are going to tell you they're not interested. You need to listen to them. Do I have to talk to people? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I have people still to this day, they reach out to me and they go, you know, I don't want to leave voice clips. And I'm going, great. I said, that's awesome. Then I think that the amount of people that are probably going to reply to you is probably going to go from 1 to 10 to maybe 1 to 100. Well, is there any way that I could put some kind of stuff in an email and send everyone to an email blast? I got people that personally follow me. They like me. They like me. And me and Matt will send out an email to our whole email blast. And we get less than 1% of people that click on the email.
Wow.
Less than 1%. And every time we send out a group email, someone reports us for spamming.
Wow.
And they opted in, Joe. Joe, they opted in. It's like, hey, you got to click on an email that we sent you to prove that it's you and you want these emails. Yeah, I sure do. This guy spammed me. Well, why would they say that I spammed them? Because they're upset that they didn't do what I told them to. It pisses them off that I'm reminding them.
Exactly.
So, you're either jealous or you're proud. I'm happy when I see Joe, when I see you doing yoga. I admire it. I'm impressed by you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
But we all do know there's a whole group out there that says yoga's bullshit. Then we got people that say, not only is yoga bullshit, but it paralyzed me and I'm now in a wheelchair.
Oh boy.
And then you got people out there who goes, wow, I paid money to this person to teach me yoga and they ripped me off and slept with my spouse. I don't know how this goes back to just doing yoga. But don't you guys know I'm telling the truth? We could go on Google right now and put in yoga reviews and find people that have dedicated blog posts to saying how bad yoga sucks. And I'm going like, man, that whole thing, if you don't have nothing nice to say nothing at all. That's nuts to me, but that's who we are. So did that help you, Joe?
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate that.
Well, my goal is to make it up to you guys that went to Dallas and didn't see me. I got to make it up to you guys. I felt so bad not being there, but I will be in Nashville. There's nothing going to stop me from going to Nashville.
I came home. I didn't buy the Nashville ticket while I was there because I always need to go through this with my wife and, talk about.
Smart man.
Yeah. But I did say to her, going to Nashville, not going to Nashville is not an option for me. I just need to find a way to do it.
Yep.
That's exactly what I said.
And we all know that we got a lot of time to make money for that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you could look at the ticket.
No
You should look at how much a ticket cost for you and your wife. You then need to figure out if you got to have someone take care of your pets. Then you got to figure out hotel room, meals, air flight. Figure it all out, you guys. Figure it all out. Hey, Shauna, and figure it all out, and then write that number down, and then take that number and divide it by the number of people you need to put in this business.
Mm-hmm.
And then get to work. Go out there and do it. You can do it. And I'm just going to throw this out there for you people that are watching this. The video that Marcus said is going to do, I'm usually not a very big event promoter, but I'm telling you, the view will blow your mind. And let me just tell you what it is, because you guys seen, did Mark do The Prisoner in Dallas? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I got to tell each and every one of you is that we learn through emotion. That's why it's called trauma. We learn not to trust people because we've learned not to trust people because people emotionally wrecked us. Are you guys catching that? So there's things that have happened to our life that when they're attached to emotion, they're pretty damn deep. They're pretty locked in there. And so the characters that Mark is going to do from the mentor that we learn from, man, those philosophies of this industry that you can connect to music, that you can connect with a character that completely goes back. And I'll just give you guys one that just impacted me so much. But Bill would come out and it was called Ned the Nerd. And he came out and Craig's seen it, Melody's seen me do it. And so think of the nerdest person that you can possibly think of, right? And so the guy comes out, got the pocket protector, got the tape on the glass. You know, if you guys probably go to my Facebook profile, you'll see me dressed up as Ned the Nerd. And he stands up there and he goes, okay, so $1 million. Let's say you wanted to make $1 million, right? So you divide that by 12 months. That's $83,333, right? So now let's divide that by, by 12 months. And then he keeps going down, breaking it down to hour. You know what I mean? So that's 83,000. So we divide that by 12. Then we got to divide that by 30 days. That's 2,777. And then we got to divide that by 24 hours. So that's $115 an hour. So if you want to make $1 million, that's $115 an hour. But wouldn't that be if you were working 24 hours a day? So now we got to take that times 2 because we're only going to put in half a day, which is 12 hours. So that's $231 an hour. All right, you guys following me? I guess I could have divided that by 3, so that'd be at 8 hours. So he said, do you know how much time people take of your time by just asking you stupid questions when they had no intent whatsoever of ever getting involved with you? So then he pulled a spiral notebook out of his pocket and he started asking these questions. And when the questions was asked, these sirens would go off. So instead of sirens, what I did is come up with this stupid laugh. So now that's supposed to be alarm that when people are wasting your time, because time is money, that you need to find a way to get away from these people as fast as humanly possible, to focus on the right people at the right time that are interested for you to hit your goal. So then he had people yelling at him. Of course, he had his notebook, but it's like, what about saturation? Well, if there was an office in my backyard, of course I'm exaggerating, you know what I mean? But it's like, I had a guy reach out to me today. And he goes, I'm from Broken Branch, Arkansas. Do you have anybody from Broken Branch, Arkansas that's doing meetings in this area? I was like, do you know that it's 2022? It's like, come on. But I only bring that up to you guys to say, if you can find a way to get to this event, I know there's going to be a number of characters that's going to switch your paradigm forever. Forever. We used to have meetings before the internet. And someone would come up front and ask a question. And 30 people in the room would say, Ned. Everybody immediately knew. It's like, do you have brochures? Do you guys have samples? There was all these questions that came up. Is there a money back guarantee? It was like all this stuff that was just hilarious that people ask because they've been programmed to ask questions. We all do it. We don't mean to do it. We just do it. So the biggest one that they used all the time was, you buy a car and Joe comes and I get him in the car that he likes. It's color, everything. And we take it for a test drive. And then I go, Joe, man, did you see that? See that group of people looking at you? Man, you look good in this car, Joe. I'm just telling you, this car was made for you. And then we get back and Joe's starting to fill out the paperwork and he says, hang on. What? We need to get my wife down here. I'm not going to make a decision on a car without my wife. And before she gets down here, what do you think this car is going to be resellable for her if I drive it for 3 years? What's the horsepower? What's the warranty? See, we all do that not to be perceived as a laydown. And sells a laydown is someone that's like, wrap that thing up, man. And how many people have heard this in closing? Do you know who the biggest laydowns on the planet are? Other people that are involved in sales. I am the worst sucker on the planet. You can call me any word you want to. Kid comes up to me in the parking lot of Walmart, got a box of candy bars. He's like, hey, mister. I said, how much are the candy bars? Do you want to know what it's for? I do not. I do not. He goes, they're $5. I said, how many you have left in the box? 40. I go, you good at math? Yes, sir. What's 40 times 5? That's 200. Pull $200 out of my pocket and give it to him. I'll take it all. I'm taking all of them. And he starts crying. And I give him the $200 and he hands me the box. And I said, we only can do this transaction if you'll do one more thing for me. And he goes, anything. And I give him the box back. I go, sell the rest of these candy bars. Have a great day. You can tell by looking at me, I don't need any candy bars. But my wife gets mad at me all the time because if someone will walk up this damn long driveway we have, we get 0 trick-or-treaters. 0. People walk on the road, look up at our house and go, I ain't doing it. I'm not walking all the way up that driveway to get a no. It's too far from the road. So if people do walk up, man, I'm buying everything that they have. So I'll leave it at that. I love each and every one of you. Craig, back to you. I'm glad to be back. I thank you so much for the thoughts and loves and prayers and the energy. And I appreciate you guys so, so much. Craig?
Robert, wow, what an amazing AMA. I mean, I love the fact that Ask Me Anything is AMA, and it was amazing.
So we got an amazing MC.
Well, bless you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Okay, so for those of you who want to save the chats in both Facebook and Zoom, Facebook, just watch the replay. Very simple like that. All of the information that we have shared, what was shared by Robert was shared not just in Zoom, but also on Facebook and vice versa. So just go ahead and look through the chat and everything is there. For those of you watching on Facebook, you can download the chat. It's very simple. Click on the screen or click on the 3 dots to the right of where you enter the chat. And then you will see a button there that says Save Chat. Click on that. The info will be downloaded to your computer at the conclusion of this call so you can keep everything that we have shared, information, details, links, things like that. So you got that all right there. And honestly, I also want to thank our participants in today's chat. Bless you and thank you, Bill Shoemaker, John Tier, Mary Valchik, Joe Barra, and Jane Hildebrand Walker. Appreciate you. And of course, I got to give a shout out to Matt, who sets this whole thing up. I know he's going to be with you, Robert, for your birthday. Happy early birthday. And, you know, this is so awesome. We appreciate the fact that you, Robert, take your time out to share you with us. That is so, so important. Bless you and thank you. And please, everybody, share this with everybody. There's some great tidbits, nuggets, and stuff that is a part of this whole presentation that we had today. And wow, that whole training with ChatGPT in the very beginning alone, that is worth the rewatch. So, and one other thing I will say, like Robert has always said, success leaves clues. There's a reason why Robert is where he is. Why shouldn't you follow him? End of story. Period. Done. So with that, bless you, Robert. Thank you all very much. And I know you do that, but...
What?
You beat me to the punch. Everybody, please, if you'd like to unmute yourself and say hello and goodbye. Bless you. Thank you so much. Be good to
Kevin and
yourselves.
Shauna.
Be cash and bye-bye.
Love you
Happy
guys.
birthday, Robert.
Thank you so much, Robert.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you,
Thank
Bill.
y'all.
Good
Hi,
job,
Michael.
guys.
Thank you,
We love
Robert.
you.
Love
Thank you.
So much.
Thank
you.
Robert.
Thanks,
Happy
Shauna.
birthday.
Thanks, Kevin. See you, John.
Bye. Thank
All
you.
right, see you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Kai. Hi, Ola. Hey,
Bye,
Dee.
Robert.
Love you, sweetie. Love you, Melody. Hi, Eric. Hey, Paul,
Thank you,
Peter,
Rob.
Randy. Tima, Danielle. Nice to meet you guys. Love you guys. And Michael, you got to come on the Zoom sooner or later. You got. All right. Thank you, Craig. I love you, man. Bye-bye.
Love you, Robert.
Bye.
Bye.